Miss Jordan says Mr. Cooper has been stringing her along for 18 years. But he'll be the one playing the blues if he doesn't pass the lie detector test. Today, on Divorce Court. All rise. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding.
Hello, everyone. You may be seated.
Your Honor, the case of Jordan v. Cooper.
Thank you very much, Ms. Jordan, Mr. Cooper. Thank you for being here in divorce court. This is the case of Jordan versus Cooper. Miss Jordan and Mr. Cooper are not married, but they've been together for 18 long years. They have no children together, although Ms. Jordan does have 5 children, but the youngest is 22 years old, so that means you've already raised your family. It's time for you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Ms. Jordan, tell me why we are in court today.
As you just said, I've been with Mr. Cooper for 18 long years. It's been up, down, around, everything. I'm tired of his financial disability. I'm tired of his reckless mouth. I'm here for some clarity so I can know whether I'm leaving or not.
After 18 years?
Yes.
Because I'm going to look you in the face and say, you just in here to be heard, or are you serious if this doesn't work out?
I'm serious about this lie detector test today.
All right. So I'm going over to you, Mr. Cooper. You heard what Ms. Jordan said. What did you say?
Yeah, I'm here to 18 years to fight for my relationship because I've been playing for 18 years. So I'm here to be serious and fight for my relationship.
Let's see how serious you're ready to be.
All right.
Well, Ms. Jordan, why don't you take me back a little bit to how y'all met?
I met him at a house party, which I normally don't go to. A friend invited me. As I was going in, he was coming out. We caught eye contact. We exchanged numbers. We talked within that week. I went to go see him within that week, and we became closest friends for a long time, for at least a year. After that year, us being friends, I asked him for a commitment, you know. He agreed, and from then on, we just decided to be boyfriend and girlfriend, and that was it.
Throughout those 18 years, you all never thought, let's make it more permanent?
I was more into maybe getting married than he was. When we first met again, I found out he was 19, and I was 28. I was a little skeptical about getting with someone so young, you know.
You had a straight tenderoni up in there, boy. That's a lot.
It kind of shocked me too.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I turn to you, Mr. Cooper. At 19 years old, you shot your shot at a 20-something-year-old?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. I like older women.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Did you all end up living in the same home?
Yes, Your Honor. We was homeless. When I met him, we both was homeless. We stayed with family members or in a car and things like that.
So you all struggled together for a while?
Yes, that's what made us a little bit more closer and with our struggle together.
So knowing that you have struggled, I see in my court papers, do you actually say that struggle has continued financially in your relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
Give me an example of what you mean.
He's not showing any ability to pick up the weight. I work for a school system, and winter breaks, we don't get paid.
Right.
So it takes the whole month of January, the end of January, for me to get paid. Well, I let Mr. Cooper know the beginning of December, hey, you know, I'm finna be out these 2 weeks, and I'm gonna need you to come up with at least $700 to go towards the rent or something like that. Well, he didn't. I had to borrow the money from my son at the time, who helped me catch up on the rent.
So what do you do, Mr. Cooper? Where do you work?
Certified forklift driver, but I'm going to nursing school. I'm going to medical school.
So financially, how do you all come up with your financial plan? Is it supposed to be 50-50? Is it supposed to be whoever got it? What's the deal?
A big gap in between his working status and mine. I've been on my job maybe about 2.5 years now. Even before then, I always have to try to keep a job to keep we stay in a rental home, so it's expensive to keep the bills and water and things together. I also have working children who also help me in the home.
Got it. And Mr. Cooper, what part do you play in the financial?
I mean, I work, it's just my drinking. You know, I always keep a job, lose a job, keep a job, lose a job, and then it don't pay much money. And so now I'm in school, in medical school, so I can make more money. She know I keep a job.
No,
You know
but
that.
you're not gonna. It's not gonna do well in school. I can tell you that if you don't get the drinking under control.
Right. It's on the weekend, you know.
No. If you know that you become irresponsible when you drink too much,
Yes, Your Honor.
and that's how you lose a job.
Oh yeah, I'm
So
aware.
then you know the best thing to do is
I'm aware.
to cut that drinking out.
Yeah.
So I'm coming back to you. I understand there was a situation involving your car.
A couple years ago, I needed a fuel pump, and I have an expensive car. And at the time, we both wasn't working. So we was trying to come up with the money. He suggests that I get a title loan. I know about title loans. The interests are super high. So the title loan was like $1,000 at the time, and I did, and we got the car fixed, but I'm still in this title loan.
You said that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, I pay $200 a month.
So you've already paid, I can count,
Yes, ma'am.
$4,800?
Yes, ma'am.
On a $1,000 loan?
Yes, ma'am. It's ridiculous.
So that's
We
your
got good time, we got bad time, we got
that's
good
your
time, we
life,
got bad
basically.
time. That's why we're not married.
And Miss Jordan, at some point though, you have to determine whether or not that's the life that you're gonna want for the long haul.
Right.
In order to have a family that long-term sustains itself, that's something that you're going to have to do.
Now he has money, you know, when he does work, he has money for other things like drinking or on the porn star shops. You know, he have money for that.
Yeah, I
but
heard that he doesn't have any problem entertaining other women with money either.
Definitely not. That's why I'm here, Your Honor. He wanted to have a threesome. So, and I kind of entertained it until they became super weird close.
It wouldn't even go that far with me. I don't trust people.
Well, first of all, I can legitimately tell you a threesome has never worked out in all the years that I have sat behind this bench. Corey, you ever heard of a threesome that went right?
No, I have not.
I see in my notes that there was some money spent for some other women.
On porn sites.
Talk to me, Mr. Cooper. What's that about, sir?
Drunk.
Mr. Cooper, the drinking is causing you to make
I know.
irresponsible decisions.
I'm aware. I'm very
So what are you
aware.
doing about it?
Well, I still be drinking, but I'm in school. I'm working on all that stuff. You know.
No, you're not.
I'm working on all that.
No, you're not. Because if you said to me, Judge, I've contacted Alcoholics Anonymous, I've attended
Right.
my first week of meetings. I'm not even talking about you've been on at AA, you know, for months and months. If you came in here and said, I've attended my first week of meetings,
Right.
then I would say you're working on it, you're trying. But if you go, I'm going to school, I'm going to get myself together. At some point, you're a grown man and you got to do it.
Yeah, I'm selfish sometimes, worry about myself, so, you know.
You also say that the reckless nature of the way he speaks to you is concerning to you. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am. It's definitely when he's drinking. It was kind of fresh into our relationship. We was homeless at that time, and he knew I didn't really have any family that was big support. I looked in his phone that particular night. He got really upset. He said, "You can get out," and he put me out.
So how did that make you feel, Ms. Jordan?
It's just a lot. My dad passed in 23, and I'm a daddy's girl.
Okay.
Big time. And I've been grieving quite often. And again, Mr. Cooper and I was drinking that night too at home. And he asked for sex. Well, I don't want to have sex. My headspace is nowhere near it. He's angry about that. He was like, you know, you can't use that as a weapon that your dad passed away. You should move on, you know. And in that conversation, it got really ugly where he called me an ugly bee.
It's two sides. It's two sides to the story.
I'm waiting to hear your
It's two
side.
sides to the story. She get like that too. I mean, my dad passed too. Like she always say, when she bring her dad up, I bring mine up. Our dad passed around the same time. So, you know, I got struggles and stuff too. It ain't just her.
It's just not appropriate. I lost friends. I don't have friends now that I can talk to on the phone. One of my closest friends. Well, we all used to party, and he wanted to have a threesome. So, and I kind of entertained it until they became super weird close, and it made me feel a little bit awkward.
Well, first of all, I can legitimately tell you a threesome has never worked out in all the years that I have sat behind this bench. Okay?
It wouldn't even go that far with me. I don't trust people. It wasn't even. It was.
Well,
just,
you asked for the threesome.
It was just that. That's it. That's it. I mean, it ain't no close or nothing like
I
it. Ain't
think he
none of
started
that.
catching feelings for this particular young lady.
That's what the argument
did a
always
little bit.
is.
Yeah, I did a little bit. We partied
That's
a lot.
hurtful.
That's why you don't bring folk up in your
That's what
situation.
I tell them.
Because you're going to always feel some kind of way. It invariably happens.
Yeah.
Corey, you ever heard of a threesome that went right?
No, I have not.
I looked into his phone, and this particular girl said that she missed her period.
I was 22, 23 years old.
So you're telling me this was early on in the relationship?
Yes, Your Honor, that's old.
We have with us Mr. John Yarbrough, a certified polygraph examiner. Have you had sexual contact with anyone that Ms. Jordan is not aware of?
Polygraph examination results indicated.
Well, I know that there's some people that feel, as we say, some kind of way about this relationship.
Yes.
You know, your daughter
Yes.
has indicated to the court that she'd like to present some testimony.
Yes.
And she couldn't be here today. I know she's pregnant.
Yes, she's about to 2 weeks out.
But she said that she would call in, and so I'd like to speak to her at this time.
Okay.
So please allow me to introduce you. Am I speaking to Amaya Jordan?
Yes.
Tell me, what have you seen regarding Ms. Jordan and Mr. Cooper's relationship, in your own words?
It was because I used to stay in Louisiana with my dad, but when I moved back, it was okay, and then this guy's toxic, and I don't want my baby around the toxicness.
Oh, I agree with you on that. Do you feel that they should be together?
If they not going to work it out and be nice and help each other out and be there for each other, then no.
So something
It
tells
gets really
me
bad.
if they can't figure this out, this might not be a place where grandma and step-granddaddy is going to be babysitting.
Surely will not.
And Amaya, I think you're being a very responsible parent. Good luck with the baby.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You know, for a young person, I think she really summarized it. The toxicity should not be a part of your relationship. And, you know, you told me about the friend that you lost, because that's just one of the incidents that you think that made you think he's cheating.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the incident with this whole missed period?
So I used to dance. When I met him, I was a dancer.
An exotic dancer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And he used to come to the club all the time to come see me. He would come late, about 11 or 12. And this particular night, I called him and asked him, was he coming? And he said yes, but it was kind of an eerie phone call. I felt like he wasn't by himself. So when I got home from the club, I looked into his phone, and this particular girl said that she missed her period.
So you saw a text message?
In a text message. He said it wasn't nothing
Again,
we never talked about.
I was 22, 23 years old, again.
So you're telling me this was early on in the relationship?
Yes, Your Honor, that's old. That's old.
So I know that you petitioned the court for a polygraph examination.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Cooper said that he would cooperate.
Yes, ma'am.
So I brought in an expert
I need some clarity, Your Honor.
to give you that clarity. Will you ask
the
the expert to join us?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good day, Your Honor.
Good day. Mr. Cooper, as I said, you willingly submitted to a polygraph examination. So today we have with us Mr. John Yarbrough, a certified polygraph examiner from Guardian Polygraph Services. And based on his extensive experience and credentials, I find him qualified to be an expert in polygraph examinations for this court, as he's provided those services on numerous occasions. Mr. Yarbrough, we asked Mr. Cooper question number one. Other than the one time you told me about, has any other girl texted you about missing her period that Ms. Jordan is not aware of? That's not the exact question I said, is it?
No, when we did the pre-test interview and I posed that question to Mr. Cooper, he stated that, yes, there had been that text, So I modified the question to say, other than the time you just told me about, were there any other text messages from any other girls saying they missed their period and could be pregnant with your baby?
So what was Mr. Cooper's answer to that modified question?
His answer was no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination revealed he was being truthful to that answer.
No deception. On the second question, Mr. Yarbrough, we asked Mr. Cooper, did you have any sexual contact with Miss Jordan's friend? Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
What was Mr. Cooper's answer?
His answer was no.
And what did the test results indicate?
The polygraph examination results indicated he was being truthful in his response to that question.
There were no deception. We had a third question. Mr. Yarbrough, we asked Mr. Cooper, in the last 5 years, have you had sexual contact with anyone that Miss Jordan is not aware of? See, I'm gonna ask the money question so you can get the clarity that you asked for. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And what was Mr. Cooper's answer?
During the pre-test interview, Mr. Cooper did self-admit to yes to that question.
Oral sex, again, like I always tell you, though, right?
Oral sex.
What I told you, though.
Mr. Yarbrough, I appreciate the fact that we are not trying to set up the litigant who is participating at their own free will so that it is fair to them and we get accurate results to the court and to the people who are here serving as our jury with me. Thank you so very much, sir, for your professionalism.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
We appreciate it. When you came in here and when you presented the facts of the case, I had no idea that we were parsing out what's okay as cheating. I'm not going to tell you how to define your relationship. I know it doesn't work for me. Does it work for you, Miss Jordan?
No, ma'am.
You came in here and you said you've given this relationship 18 years and it still hasn't matured enough for you to pull the trigger. Mr. Cooper, you said you are so invested in the relationship, you really want to spend the rest of your life
it's my baby.
with
I
her.
love her. Yeah.
How can I trust him and he does what he does?
That is on you. You heard what your daughter said? She said that there's a lot of toxicity around you.
That's all I know, Brianna. You know, 18 years. My kids, that's all I know. And
we can go ahead and get married then, if you want to.
what is that?
Don't put something on her hand without asking her permission.
What is that?
Ring.
I don't think you serious.
You don't think I'm fair?
Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
I don't have a ring finger to put it on.
Do you want it on your
Do
finger?
you want it?
I do want to marry this man, but not under these circumstances.
I understand.
What would you need from him?
I need more than just honesty. I need him to show up and show out from now on.
You know, you've been together for 18 years, and I've heard a lot of ups and downs and sideways. Trust is a foundational piece to any relationship, and I don't think that you fully trust what you're hearing all the time. You don't trust that your future is secure.
That's right.
And Mr. Cooper, you need to figure out why you use alcohol as a crutch. I'm not trying to judge you as human beings, but as a relationship, y'all not ready for the real deal. And you've invested 18 years, but something tells me the truth was revealed today. You got the clarity that you asked for.
Yes, ma'am.
That means you've got some decisions to make.
Yes, ma'am.
But for today, this case is over.
Made in Georgia.